before we can talk about writing or doing video for client attraction, we really need to think about how clear are we ourselves on what we're trying to attract clients to. Because it's very difficult to sell or to create content to create content with the purpose of attracting clients if you yourself are not very sure, or God forbid, and what happens very often when you've attracted bad kind of clients and you're not sure how you can get better clients, so you don't sell at all because you're just afraid that that's who you are attracting. The key is not about focusing on these people that you're attracting and, are they bad, good, what they want, what they think. And this is something that I have discovered throughout and with my experience, and this is my perspective. Take it or leave it, but if you take it, it might take you somewhere that is very comfortable for you to sell your offers and to talk about your offers. Because what do we need to talk about our offers? And when I say offer, let me just clarify, and I know not everyone understands what is it an offer. An offer is what you are offering. It can be a specific program, it can be a masterclass, it can be a free challenge, it can be a VIP day. So my point is that the format that you're going to deliver your service or the information, whichever way, if you're selling information or you're coaching or you're doing something, the format is one thing, but it's what you offer, right? So when I say an offer, whatever it is, if you have a program, it's maybe like a 90 days program, that's an offer, right? So in order for us to create content about our offer and attract good people who are eager to pay to get into that offer, right? There is one thing you need. And I'm going to just say it. You need to get very selfish. You need to get super, super selfish. And it's not a bad selfish, it's very good selfish. Here's what I mean. You need to really focus on what you want. The biggest problem for us as coaches, feeling insecure, selling our services, feeling disconnected with our businesses, with what we're doing, hating our marketing, is because we're not doing it for ourselves. We're trying to predict, second guess, and hope, bend backwards to attract somebody with what we are putting together. And we have a different, a really, really wrong angle to approach it, because I just mentioned, it makes us bend backwards. But is that a most comfortable position for your spine? No. So why are we doing this? So let's fill your cup first. Let's approach your program, your offer. It doesn't matter whether you are a little bit unclear about it or you actually have a structured program that you're delivering, whether you got certified in it or you've created the curriculum yourself. That doesn't matter, because what I'm about to introduce to you today will help you gain clarity on what you want. You have to get selfish somewhere in your life, right? And when I say get selfish, it's about appreciating what you're doing gives you first. You've heard about, how can you love another one if you don't love yourself? A lot of people don't know how to love themselves, and it's a serious thing. It's a serious thing because the conditioning, the society, the family situation as they were growing up, I think majority of people don't know how to love themselves. And the truth is that you have to be selfish somewhere. It starts with being selfish. Then you realize it's not selfish at all. What you just did is you exercised and practiced self-love and self-appreciation and self-recognition. And for most of us, self-appreciation and self-recognition is the way to become magnetic, to activate that vibe that attracts clients through our content, through whatever we're doing. It's this confidence, but it's not even a confidence in, that we can deliver results, that we are good coaches. All that kind of happens over time when you are doing it for yourself, when you're doing it for your enjoyment. And if you design it in a way that it's bringing you enjoyment and it's bringing you fulfillment, and then you think about, okay, so if it's about me, who do I want to work with? Who is it that I want to attract? Because they make me feel good about myself when I work with them. And that's self-recognition. You know, when somebody makes you good about yourself, you start seeing yourself and your value that you deliver, and you start recognizing yourself. I do understand that I'm really white in this video, but you have to bear with me because the sun just came out and I don't think I put enough curtain in front of me, but what can you do, right? Okay, the most important is the content. So when you become this kind of, let's call it selfish, right? So the exercises get selfish. You become selfish in your business. It's so hard to run a business. So why don't we make it a little bit more juicy for us, right? Why don't we do everything so we can deliver this? Now I'm getting distracted because I need to close those curtains. Okay, lovely. I am back. I'm not as white. And you know what? I'm letting go. I'm being selfish. I'm not editing this because, you know, there's one thing being professional, but the other thing is being human. And this was just being human, right? Moving on. So we need to create something that's in it for us first. We need to fill our own cup first. You know, there's a lot of approaches in your business when you think, what's your why? What do you want? Yeah, and then after you've decided what you want, all of a sudden the next step is like, what do they want? And I know I spoke about it myself. You know, this is what I'm telling you now is the result of experiencing a lot of marketing strategies in my own life. And this is what I'm coming to. This is what I see. That when you focus on yourself first and you create everything that is comfortable for yourself first, then you will be able to talk about it in a way that attracts people that you want to work with. And here's the key. Nobody's business is filled with just ideal clients. That's bullshit. That's a lie. There's always going to be somebody who is taking more action, somebody who is more coachable, somebody who is, almost effortless to work with, and then somebody who requires more support. It's always going to be that way. But when we focus in our marketing on that best case scenario person who does every step you say, you know, always partakes, always does the homework, and not a big deal, right? Doesn't make a big deal about it. Doesn't need to be held by the hand or, you know, being reached out to and like, hey, have you done the homework? Because we're adults, right? So that's your most favorite person to work with. You start talking in your content to that person, to their situation, to what they need. You start attracting more people like this, but you will also attract people on the peripheral anyway. So your business will be filled with clients. Not all of them will be super ideal, but at least you know who the ideal ones are. So you will start getting better and better and better at communicating it and attracting more and more of these people who fit that description more or less, right? Who are not completely wrong people, who you don't have to bend backwards for, because why? It's not a comfortable position for our spine, right? Who here doesn't know about back pain? So let's not experience the pain. Let's be comfortable and let's be happy in our businesses. So what I put together for you, and this is something I've been sitting on for so long, because I never, I wanted to kind of niche down and I talk about content and I talk about messaging, but you cannot work on your messaging if you're unclear on your offer and who you're talking to. Yeah, that's traditional marketing says that too. However, I put together a questionnaire. It's a workbook. It's an offer creation workbook, but it would work for you if you already have an offer, because it's really good to revise, and it's more about a clarity exercise for you. And it's all approaching your business, how you are, your offer, not the whole business, just particular offer. So for example, if I have two different offers, let me give you an example. If I have an intensive coaching offer where I only meet a person 3 times, and maybe then I'm offering some sort of like a messenger support or some content audits, like my content to leads program, this worksheet that I'm going to be writing, it will be slightly different than, for example, if I am creating an offer for, or working on an offer for 12 months support program. So the level of access will be different, like how many do I have to offer trainings, or is it just one-on-one work? All these things will be different, and the person who comes to this offer and this offer will also be different. And if I want to sell them really well and fill them with people who are appropriate, I need to be clear individually on each offer separately. So it's never about your whole business, right? It's really about each of the offers that you have. And this work, it might take you an hour to fill it, might be less. It's a lot of questions. It's 20 pages workshop. I think a workbook. I think that there's 18 pages of questions. And sometimes maybe you won't have enough space on the worksheet. So you would have to actually get a journal and do a little bit of journaling. Because as my wonderful client Louise Wilson said to me, you have to take it out of the metaphysical, out of your head, out of your mental space, and you put it into your body, and it happens through the process of writing it down, and then you start grounding it. So at the end of these 18 pages of writing, you actually get much clearer in what the heck are you doing, and are you doing it for yourself? Because clients come and go. You're the one who's going to stay. Yeah, that's why you have to get selfish about this. That's why it's about you, your business. You created, yes, to help other people, yes, but you created it for you. So some of your dreams become possible. If I didn't create my business, if I didn't suffer through all the hardships of this, creating my business, I would have never been able to leave Ireland, where I did not belong at all, and come to a place that ticks all the boxes in my book. It happened to be my hometown, and didn't know about that. But I am in a place where I live, the apartment block where I live. I go outside and I feel so grateful, because everything around this is what I wanted. Yeah, that is a dream I had, and this is why flopped launches, bad clients, all the struggle to try and find your place, and niching and pivoting. How many times I've pivoted, and finding your niche and finding your true solid, this is what I want, and I know in human design not everyone needs to be niching down, but you still need to be grounded in this passion about what you're doing, and you need to have clarity about it. This is what this workbook that I am offering you today is for. So how it's going to work is you can download this workbook. The link is just with this video, and you can go through this workbook, right? You can do it in two ways. You can either print it out and write your things on the workbook, because as I said, it's like 20 pages, right? You might need to stick an extra page, so don't staple it. Just put a clip or something. Don't staple it. You might put an extra sheet of paper for more notes, or might use your own diary and you write my question, and then you write if you need to dump it. So what you're doing here is you're dumping it, and you're not looking at, say, the person, what are their pain points in terms of trying to guess. You look at who you worked with before. You look at who is the best person that you could get the best results for, and you start filling this in, keeping in mind things about you, what you want. Yeah, and also what is the best person that would be a pleasure to work with, effortless to work with, and also gets the best results and outcomes out of this work with you, and what do they need to know, do, have experienced previously. So what's the point A when they come to you, that kind of person. And then when you've finished work, what is immediately that they've achieved, learned, what is the breakthrough, and then the long-term benefits of this work. These are the things we're going to focus on throughout this sheet. No second guessing. Forget everything. Before you open this sheet, forget everything you know about traditional marketing, ideal client, or anything like that. Just answer the effing questions. That's all, right? That's all. Answer them in the most selfish way possible. In the most, this or nothing way possible. In the ideal world, with the ideal business, filled with ideal clients. What would you want? Now, if you get clarity on that, selling is a breeze. Creating content around it is a breeze. Content planning is a breeze. because you're so clear on what you're doing. Now, this worksheet also includes brainstorming what's inside the program, right? If you have a program, great, but you can think about it in terms of outcomes and what they're learning, but outcomes as well. Like what are their ahas, what are their breakthroughs, what are their new awareness? Yeah, and that will, and if you don't have a program already, that will give you a chance to actually outline what you're doing with people. And that's when you can start working with your messaging. It's not even going to be that much of a work with your messaging, because this is the basic thing that majority of people overlook. Majority of people start thinking about, oh, how can I write it so I attract clients, and they don't know what they're attracting clients to. How do I know? I've been there so many times. I've been promoting offers that I only thought of. I was never clear, about them. What are they doing for me? How I want it, who I want in this offer. I just wanted to get clients. That doesn't work. Fill your own cup. What will bring you more fulfillment, more enjoyment, because that's how you're going to create confidence, and through confidence, conviction to attract clients like this and on the peripheral. Does it sound good? Now, I also want you to be accountable for this. So when you have worked on the sheet, right, I want you to send me feedback. I want you to actually let me know that you have done this work, and take screenshots of the pages, right? Send me or scan them and send them to me. And I also want you to reach out to me, and we will book a maybe half an hour quick call to go over it, and if you have any questions, and we will take it from there. So I hope that this will be valuable for you guys. Bye.